Have you ever been injured on the job and found yourself caught in a maze of insurance claims? What if I told you that a single court ruling in Utah just changed everything about how you'll get compensated? Got hurt on the job in a car wreck? A recent Utah Supreme Court decision just changed the rules for how you get paid, and it all comes down to one little word: payable. This isn't just legal jargon, it's a shift that affects you, your family, and local businesses. In a landmark insurance case, Midwest Family Mutual Insurance vs. Hinton, the state's top court clarified the order of operations. When both workers' compensation and your own underinsured motorist insurance are in play, you can't just pick where the money comes from. Workers' comp comes first. Period. Imagine this, you're driving for your job. A distracted driver runs a red light and hits you hard. Your medical bills are piling up and you can't work. The other driver has minimum insurance, which won't cover much. You have workers' comp through your employer and your own UIM policy for exactly this situation. So, you should be able to get what you need, right? Not so fast. Before this ruling, there was confusion. Could you ask your UIM provider to cover future medical bills while your workers' comp case was still open? The court's answer is now a firm no. The justices decided that any benefit that could be paid by workers' comp is considered payable. Until your workers' comp case is fully settled, those potential benefits are off limits for a UIM claim. Let's break it down with a real example. Say your total damages from that on-the-job accident are $500,000. This includes medical bills, lost wages, and future care. First, you file with workers' comp. You go through the entire process. Let's say workers' comp awards you $300,000. This covers all your approved medical expenses and a portion of your lost wages. Now, what's payable? That $300,000 is now considered paid or payable by workers' comp. Finally, you turn to UIM. You can now file a claim with your UIM provider for the remaining $200,000 in damages that workers' comp didn't cover. Before the workers' comp settlement, that entire $500,000 was hypothetically payable and couldn't be touched by a UIM claim. It's all about the sequence. If you're an employee, this ruling brings clarity but also means more process. Patience is key. You must see the workers' comp process through to the end. That means keeping meticulous records of everything. Every doctor's visit, every expense, every letter from the insurer. This documentation will be critical when you eventually negotiate with your UIM provider for what's left. For small business owners in Utah, this ruling is a double-edged sword. It reinforces that workers' comp is the primary payer for work-related injuries, which could help manage their UIM and commercial auto premiums over time. However, it also means they need to be on top of their claims. Coordinating between workers' comp and auto insurers will be crucial. Business owners should be clear with their employees about the process. For the insurance industry, the Hinton ruling is a big deal. It redraws the map for handling complex claims and forces a major shift in their internal playbooks. This decision brings a new level of discipline to the claims process. UIM carriers can no longer just estimate what workers' comp might pay. They have to wait for the complete settlement. Claims will stay open longer. UIM carriers have to keep a claim file active until the workers' comp portion is completely settled, which can take months or even years. The Utah Supreme Court's decision creates a clear, one-way street for injury claims. You must travel through workers' compensation first. Only after you've reached the end of that road can you turn to your UIM policy. For workers, it means a longer, more structured claims process. For businesses, it underscores the need for clear communication and sharp insurance management. It's a new landscape for everyone involved in workplace injuries. Let's recap what this Utah Supreme Court ruling means for you. First, if you're injured in a work-related car accident, workers' compensation must be fully settled before you can access your UIM benefits. Second, the court's definition of payable means any benefit that could potentially be paid by workers' comp is off limits for UIM claims until the workers' comp case is completely resolved. Third, this creates a strict sequence: workers' comp first, then UIM for remaining damages. There's no way to speed up this process or get UIM benefits while your workers' comp claim is still open. Third, for workers, this means patience and meticulous record keeping. For businesses, it requires clear communication with employees and careful coordination between different insurance providers. The bottom line, this ruling brings clarity but also complexity to the claims process. Understanding this new landscape is essential for anyone involved in workplace injuries in Utah. Thank you for watching our breakdown of this important Utah Supreme Court ruling. If you are a worker or business owner in Utah, now is the time to review your insurance policies and understand how this decision affects your coverage. Stay informed and stay protected.